The head of the Russian mercenary group Wagner has issued what sounds like a declaration of war against his country's top military officials. Yevgeny Prigozhin posted an audio message today accusing the army of launching strikes on his own troops. In a separate video clip, he said that Moscow's invasion of Ukraine was based on lies by the military's leadership. His Wagner group spearheaded Russia's capture of the Ukrainian city of Bakhmut last month, a battlefield success that has allowed him to criticize Moscow with impunity. Now, the main target of Prigozhin's tirade is the Russian defense minister.
The defense ministry is trying to deceive the public and the president and tell a story that there was some crazy aggression by Ukraine and that together with the entire NATO alliance, they were planning to attack us. So the so-called special operation of February 24th was started for other reasons.
Well, military analyst Marina Miron is with the War Studies Department at King's College London. I asked her what she thinks is behind Prigozhin's statements.
Good evening. Well, it is interesting that Wagner has been silent for almost a month, and I mean Yevgeny Prigozhin, and now he's coming out again. In between, we have seen accusations that apparently the Russian armed forces had attacked Wagner troops, and one hostage has been taken, and now it seems this back and forth game. And I think to a certain degree, the Ministry of Defense is going to show Wagner that it's not going to tolerate such behavior, even if Prigozhin himself has direct links to Putin. So I think we're going to see this power game for a while, but I don't think there will be a major escalation because the Ministry of Defense also understands that it's a tool of the Kremlin. And the tool of the Kremlin to keep the military in check, amongst other things. Therefore, Wagner or Prigozhin can allow himself to be as explicit as he is without any punishment.
So if he's that important for Putin's war effort, what, if anything, can the Russian Defense Ministry do to put, to check him out, to put him back in line?
Well, internally, perhaps there will be moves by the Ministry of Defense to convince Putin to silence Wagner in a way, but without any sort of physical violence. And we will see on the battlefield, as I said, the Russians attacked the Wagner group. One soldier has been taken hostage. Now Wagner is claiming that the Russians have fired on their positions. So those kind of skirmishes we're likely to see, but I think mostly those things will be settled internally. And I think Prigozhin also benefits from going out and attracting public attention, and maybe his taunting is also useful for the MOD to take action. And we have seen that in the past 6 months. For instance, Wagner has taunted the MOD about the defenses after the loss of Liman and withdrawing from Kherson. And it seems like it's not the only reason, but it seems like it had some impact on the thinking, on the internal thinking.
Prigozhin also said in this video that the public, they've been lied to, that there was no NATO threat to Russia, no Ukrainian threat to Russia. Do we know, is this going to have any impact at all on the opinions or mood among ordinary Russians about this war?
Well, I don't think that Prigozhin has that power to influence the entire Russian population, because the narrative, not just prior to the war, but for the past at least 15 years, has been that NATO is preparing a color revolution inside Russia. So NATO has been this boogeyman for quite a while, and I don't think that one statement from Prigozhin will likely alter the views that have been persistent in the Russian population.
Military analyst Marina Miron from King's College London. As always, Marina, we appreciate your time and your insights. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.